Kyle, after the trial, as far as I can tell, he's kind of living it up, right? He's getting up in front of fans. Not all of them like him, right? And he seems to be a little bit scared at times, but for the most part, he seems to be almost enjoying this. And he's been, if you saw him, I'm sure, get on the stage there where they had the fireworks going off and everybody's
Oh,
squealing.
yeah.
And you played it under the radar after the trial. You didn't do any interviews. You didn't do any of that kind of. You want to talk to me a little bit about how you decided to handle the publicity after the trial?
Yeah, I mean, I really have no desire to, be in the spectacle of people's eyes 24/7, you know. Um, I kind of just wanted to move on with my life. What happened wasn't something to be happy about. There's nothing to celebrate, I mean, I guess celebrate that we got off scotch-free almost, aside from, a lot of people's negative views and perspectives on us. That was probably the biggest outcome of it. And it's not something that I want, people seeing about me every single day. So, in my opinion, I don't really think that, getting on stage and doing a million interviews and all this is really worth the hate that it's just going to generate. Because if you do that, people are never going to forget about you or what you did. Whether they view
Mhm.
it as good or bad, it's just pointless. Because I don't know. Me personally, I want to live a normal life, and I don't want to be that guy going on stage and living it up and just doing whatever I want, thinking I can walk on water. Because I can't.
Do you get do people put your name to the Kyle Rittenhouse trial? Do they make that out like, oh, Dominic Black, are you the one?
Yeah, yeah, actually, I mean, I don't live in Wisconsin anymore, and I
Mhm.
moved about 12 hours away. And surprisingly, yeah, I didn't expect it. I'll meet new people, and they'll stop and look at me, and most of the time, it's you look familiar. I've seen you before, and then give it a day or two, they come back to me. They're like, "Oh my gosh, you're so and so," and I'm like, "Ah." I'm
So
like,
you don't
"No."
look forward, but do they treat you pretty well once they find out who you are?
Yeah, I mean, just talking to people, I mean, everybody can have their original view and opinion on me, and that's fine, but at least, if you're going to have some opinion that's negative towards me, at least get to know me first, and usually that's what'll happen. And, I make friends with these people because everybody's going to have an opinion. Nobody really knows the kind of people that me or Kyle are until you meet us. Same
I
with
think
anybody.
that's yeah, it's the same thing with their family. Like when we were interviewing them, is that I like what Johnny and I were trying to do was actually make Kyle's family into human beings to the audience because a lot of people tend to forget whenever you have a situation where it's like somebody has turned themselves into a celebrity or something, you tend to forget that's a real person over there. Like, they have
Right.
feelings, they have family members, they have their own life going on outside of, whatever it is that made them interesting to you. Like people tend to
Yeah.
forget that you guys are real people.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this was like this took years out of our lives just going through this. It's why drag it on anymore? It's over with. Let's just move on. That's the way I see it. Go on with my life. I don't want to spend my whole life dwelling on what happened or, people attacking me or making claims against me for what happened. Like this happened a while ago and it's just going to get older and older and older. There's no point in continuing it.